A few days ago, I found a really interesting document on my computer dated 15th of April 2018, so 6 years ago. What's special about it? It was my first ever contract. 6 years ago, I sold website development to a father of my classmate for roughly $300. 6 years later, I'm still selling digital services, but at a minimum price of 30,000 per project, and the numbers are now getting into six figures. So today I want to discuss what changed. What separates a 16-year-old kid who just sold his first project and me now, doing deals for tens of thousands on a regular basis. I analyzed my whole journey and I've highlighted 6 main factors/personal qualities that allowed me to scale. If you're new here, hi, I'm Gleb, founder of Galt, full-cycle digital agency focused on creating mobile apps for startups and non-tech businesses to help them launch and scale. In February 2024, we were ranked as top 5 app developer in the country, United Arab Emirates, and the first in Flutter app development. Flutter is a technology that we most often use for our apps. Before we get to the point, I want to do a quick disclaimer. It's obvious, but I've never seen people who just started landing huge clients right away. So trust the process and remember, growth is gradual, it happens through experience and compound effect. Now let's cut to the chase. First quality is confidence, and I'm not talking about baseless confidence here. Like Alex Hermonzi once said, confidence is not built by shouting affirmations in the mirror. You need to outwork your self-doubt. Confidence is backed by results. When you've done something once, twice or more, you become confident that you can deliver on your promises. You can't fake that confidence and you can instantly feel it in negotiations. And if there's even a fraction of self-doubt in you, they'll feel it and they will not buy from you. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't start and you can only be confident if you've done the exact same thing many times. The confidence can come from doing something similar. For example, when landing your first client, you might be selling the skill you've mastered while working a job. The second is providing value. Make sure that you sell the outcome and not the service itself. In my case, for example, while selling mobile app development to a business, I'm not selling a beautiful product. I'm selling a tool that will help them scale much faster. If I'm charging, let's say, 100,000, is it a lot or not? For a pretty product, I think yes, maybe. But if it allows the business to optimize their internal processes and start taking 50 times more orders and make millions in the process, is it worth it? Probably yes. Would you pay 100,000 to take out a million? Probably yes. And I have a story just like that. Our client LegitFam is the largest service in Eastern Europe for authentication of luxury items like bags and sneakers. Yet for the first 5 years, they were only accepting orders through social media DMs. So their employees spent more time chatting with the customers and explaining and processing the orders than doing their actual job of authenticating the items. We created an app for them. Their customers now have a really simple flow where they can place order in a few minutes without talking to anyone, conveniently pay inside the app, and their employees have their own app where they can be focused only on authenticating the actual item. That change reduced human time spent on one order from 15 minutes to 15 to 20 seconds. That's roughly 50 times increase in the capacity of the business. So of course it's a tremendous value and the business is ready to pay for something like that. The third is building relationships. And I cannot stress enough how far it can take you. Those high-ticket clients you want to work with, when they need a service, probably won't just go and Google it. They'll go to someone they already know of, or if they don't know anyone, they'll ask for a recommendation from someone who they trust. So for you to receive high-quality income leads, you need to build and maintain long-lasting relationships. When I meet someone, I never try to sell them something. Instead, I try to get to know the person better and also present myself as an expert in my field and provide as much value as I can. Connect with some people, help with advice, and I don't expect it to pay back. So the person may not need your service, now or ever, but if you provide value and you leave a good impression, when someone asks them for recommendation, you'll be the first in mind. Also an important thing to keep in mind, although I've done deals with clients straight after I met them, and straight after is like few weeks in my business. Usually high-ticket sales require a long time, and time is necessary to build trust in relationship. So to get the sale, you'll need to build and maintain the relationship long term. And when you sign the client, make sure to deliver and over-deliver on your promises. You have the relationship, you did great with your service, and after that, don't hesitate to ask them to recommend your services to someone they know. They'll be happy to do it if they're satisfied and you have the good relationship. The fourth one is communication skills. Everyone wants to work with like-minded people, and I'm no exception. Most of my clients are young entrepreneurs with whom we are on the same page. It's easy for us to get along and to find common ground. But there are interesting opportunities for us outside of that bubble. For example, working with larger businesses that are typically run by different kind of people, and also working with clients all over the world from different cultures, generations, ages, etc. And to not miss out, I need to listen to them, to adapt, and to find a correct approach to everyone. And obviously, negotiation process varies a lot depending on client profile, and I try to find the approach most comfortable for the client. So don't try to script it and follow a template. I myself encountered that type of service when I ordered services from another agency. When I was a client, an account manager on their side walked me through a brief, step by step, just reading out loud the questions, with zero effort to really understand what are my needs and paying zero attention to what I was actually saying. So when speaking to a client or potential client, try to really understand their needs, provide the best possible solution, and explain it to them in terms that are simple to understand. And the fifth one is picking the right niche or service. Your value will largely depend on how unique is the service you're selling. For example, if you're selling template-based landing websites, there are thousands of different agencies doing the exact same thing, and it's really hard to differentiate in that kind of market. So the client can only decide based on one metric, the price, who can do it cheaper. So everyone will bring down their prices, leaving you with really high competition in a bloodbath with no profit margin. On the other hand, if your solution is unique, your value is much higher and the competition is lower. For example, in my niche, mobile app development, there are plenty of agencies doing exact same stuff with poor quality. We narrowed down to working only with non-tech businesses and startups because we can offer what no one else can. We have a team of people who worked in the best product-driven companies in the world. That talent is hard to find and hard to hire. They wouldn't work on something mediocre because they are that good. And that small businesses and startups probably could not hire them, and even if they would spend much more time and money that we will charge them. So we bring that expertise to the companies that don't have the access to that kind of talent, and we allow them to have the best possible product with the fraction of budget of these big IT product-driven companies. With this kind of unique selling proposition, we stand out. Think of how you can do too. The final one, reputation. I think it goes without saying, but it's essential in any business. It takes time to build up and just one wrong move to destroy. So be careful, keep your promise and always deliver, and don't forget to be honest. That's it for today. Thank you for watching and I hope you find it helpful. I'll be posting more content soon, so don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you like the content.